welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Wop, a podcast where we talk about pop music. We're halfway through our deep dive of the UK Top 10 Singles Chart of the 22nd of August, 1996, as picked by our Patreon member, Matt Warwick. Oh, I'm James Cook.
I'm Andy Robinson. But let's talk about our beloved Patreon member, Matt Warwick, who chose this week's chart, didn't he? This week's top 10, because he's doing his GCSEs and he's got happy memories.
We usually randomly pick them, but from time to time we're going to let the Patreon members select.
Yeah. Now, James, we've discussed numbers 10 to 6, haven't we, of this week's chart, as suggested by Matt Warwick. What should we do in part 2? Do you think we've gone to numbers 10, 9, 8, 7, 6? What on earth?
We're going to do numbers 5 to 1.
Ah, great idea.
If you haven't heard the first half, you can go and listen to it right now. It'll be there.
Literally below
feed.
this one.
But in case you just want to get into the top 5.
Literally above this one, my apologies.
Or below, it depends on how your settings.
Oh, yeah.
Here are the numbers 10 to 6 recapped.
Let's do it.
A new entry at number 10, it's Better Watch Out by Anton Deck.
The artists formerly known as PJ and Duncan exploring their blues roots.
Up 1 to number 9, it's The Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
A sexy meditation and death.
A new entry at number 8, it's Say a Vida A, That's the Way Life Is by Pet Shop Boys.
And life is simple when you're young.
Down 3 to number 7, it's Someday by Eternal.
A Song of Yearning by the Nerd English Gang.
A non-mover at 6, it's Good Enough by Dodgy.
And it's plenty good enough.
Wow.
And dodgy.
Damning with faint praise. All the songs featured can be found on our Spotify and YouTube playlists. The links are in the description. And by joining our Patreon community, just like Matt, you will get access to our bonus tracks podcast, as well as helping to support this podcast and its continued nonsense.
What would our Patreon stuff sound like?
And it sounds a bit like this.
I'm always grateful to the fun-loving criminals for this, because for many years I was singing, "Stick 'em up, punk, I'm a bun-loving elephant."
It's one of the most 90s things you can hear, isn't it?
Too sophisticated, I'm going to say, for the top 10.
And much like Anton Decker dressing up like the man from U.N.C.L.E. and riding around on mopeds in their video.
He's dressed up as Michael Caine.
My way of saying, ha, you're wrong, and I'm the best. Join our community now at patreon.com/ShoobyPodcast.
Number 5.
Up 3 to number 5 this week. It is OMC with How Bizarre.
How bizarre.
Now, as I mentioned,
it's hard not to say it in that voice.
It is hard, James, but I'm going to mention it because I mentioned it in part 1. I haven't done quite as much research as I would like because I've been to Glastonbury, which I've been banging on about a lot.
You barely mention it.
Now, weirdly, I saw Kneecap doing a cover version of this song at Glastonbury.
Did they?
Yeah, they kept going, Hezbollah, Hezbollah, and all this sort of stuff. And I thought, God. I'm being topical, James. We've got to dig in and let's call it this manufactured furore.
I'm going to start singing that now. I don't want to. I want to just go, how bizarre, in that voice.
While showing your support for a terrorist group.
No, not for a terrorist group, for OMC.
My apologies.
For orchestral manoeuvres in the Kark, presumably. It doesn't stand for that. It stands for the Otara Millionaires Club.
Does it?
Why is that a funny joke?
I don't know.
Because Otara is a very poor neighbourhood.
Okay.
And that is where the members of OMC are from. The group was founded by brothers Phil and Paulie Fumana, who are from New Zealand. They are of Maori descent. I'm pretty sure they're the first group of Maori descent who have a UK top 10 hit. Phil leaves the band just before they have their hit.
Phil Fumana?
Yeah. And producer Alan Janssen co-writes this song with Paulie.
I'm going to say they're both, I've learned in YouTube comments, James, they've both died, haven't they? So speaking of that. So once again, I didn't mention in part 1, I'd like to say this. Thank you so much, Phil and Paulie Fumana, for your contribution to the panoply of pop R.I.P.
Yeah, there's a really sort of sad story attached to this quite upbeat, quirky little silly song.
Go on.
By 1998, Janssen and Paulie had fallen out over royalties, ended up in court. Janssen's paid off, and then Paulie gets all the ongoing royalties. But even though the song does really well, and he makes a couple of million from this song, which is actually not a huge percentage of the money this song generates, he ends up declaring bankruptcy in 2006, and then he dies of a neurological condition in his early 40s, and his brother died in his early 40s of a heart attack.
How sad. Not bizarre, sad.
No, some things are just sad.
Yeah.
But they were the first New Zealand artists to get a number one on a Billboard chart. Not on the Billboard Hot 100, but on the Airplay chart. So it was the most played song on American radio at one point in 1996.
Cool.
But they never made the Hot 100 because they never released the single in America.
Really?
So even though it was getting loads of radio play,
Yeah.
it was never released, so people couldn't buy it.
I wonder why.
How bizarre.
Alana Kelly on YouTube says, no Kiwi barbecue is ever complete without this song. Fair enough, right? And a bit lower down below the line, Sandy of 6GQ says, this is making me feel nostalgic for a Kiwi barbecue, even though I've never attended one. How bizarre.
How bizarre. And, it became a bit of a TikTok meme.
So I learned on YouTube, apparently a big hit now because it's trending on TikTok.
Yeah, people make little videos where they use the how bizarre bit as a kind of thing to mean, oh, what a coincidence, in a sarcastic way. Some of the videos are pretty funny, but once you've watched about 20 of them, as I have, you get to know the format and you see where it's going.
I would not like to throw stones at that greenhouse.
There are so many bits in the song that have just stuck with me since the 90s. I mean, the chorus, obviously, just going, how bizarre, when anything mildly unusual happens.
Yeah.
Destination unknown. The way he sings that line is great. Yeah. Wanna know the rest? By the rights. All of that.
Yeah,
so much fun.
It's a great ending, that, isn't it? Want to know the rest by the rights. I mean, that's a good little sign-off, isn't it?
Yeah, particularly for someone who ended up in court in a royalties battle.
I'm going to deduct some points, though, for their baby crazy rhyme.
Oh, you don't like that, do you?
I'm sick of the baby crazy rhyme. Hey, James, when I was at Glastonbury, have I mentioned I went to Glastonbury?
Have you?
Yeah. At the end of one set, I happened to catch the end of the script because I was waiting for someone good to come on.
Oh, they have a baby crazy rhyme.
It wasn't like OMC with the Hezbollah chant. They do it in passing, don't they? Script, do a big song at the end. One of their most popular songs, I'm guessing, was going baby crazy, and I thought, this is fucking rubbish.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
It's all right. I wasn't there for them. So the chords are essentially C, G, and F, something like that. Yeah.
What? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, but it's got that little bit of, the...
Yeah, that's the
kind
bit
of thing.
That's
Under, and then when I do the chords, James, only ever the bedrock. It's not as simply, it's got all that little bit. So that's sort of simple enough, isn't it? It does that all the way through. There's nothing wrong with that.
Am I feeling fondness towards these songs that are in another time? Had I not been 19 when they came out, I would find them annoying.
Possibly.
Do you think?
Yeah, maybe. But, if you've got fondness for it, you've got fondness for it. There's nothing you can do about that. That is what they call pop life.
I can't help but smile when I hear it.
Warm Cabin on YouTube says a younger person, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. So Warm Cabin says, so this is why my dad always says how bizarre like that.
How bizarre.
Yeah. Would you classify orchestral manoeuvres in the car as a one-hit wonder?
Nope.
No,
they have a follow-up single that's number 56.
Okay, then.
So technically, well, does it count as a one-hit wonder if they didn't have another top 40?
I don't know. We can draw all kinds of numbers. As the Mike Flowers Pops did Wonderwall, he was asked once, how do you feel about being a one-hit wonder? And he said, I'd rather be a one-hit wonder than a no-hit wonder. So that's something, isn't it?
Number 4.
Down to number 4. It's Los Del Rio with Macarena. 14 weeks at number 1 in the US chart. So between this and Bone Thugs and Harmony that we talked about in part 1, that's best part of half a year. Only gets to number 2 here in the UK. Ranked the greatest one-hit wonder of all time by VH1. 11 million copies sold worldwide. What a behemoth this song is.
Let's just work out emotionally where we're both coming from. Do you like the Macarena?
Do you know what? I found it really, really annoying. And as a sort of 19-year-old, hey, actually, I like guitar music, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, is there a dance that everyone has to do? Oh, my God, how annoying. Because I was like that. But this week, I've absolutely fucking loved it.
That is me applauding James rather than masturbating gently. Absolutely, what a brilliant record this is. I agree.
If you think the Macarena is stupid and wrong, I urge you, actually listen to it.
That's kind of the rhythm, isn't it, James? Mm-hmm. All the way way through. I mean, loads of great quotes on YouTube from it. YouTube user 5173 says this wasn't just a song, it was a cultural phenomenon. That's good. Sound Hashida says, man, this had the 90s in a chokehold. Also, Michael LX19NB says, these men look like disgraced politicians. Which I liked a lot.
When Los Del Rio show up in the video, they look like they're the managers of Real Sociedad and Atletico Madrid just before a big derby.
Yeah. It's such an appealing record. I mean, I liked it at the time. I know what you're saying about, like, call it the army. Like, you're going to dance like this to this record.
And it's the same dance as Saturday Night by Wigfield.
Yes. Is it?
I can't believe this expose hasn't been made before.
Do it.
It's the same dance.
It's the same dance. What came first? Wigfield or the egg?
Wigfield. We're through the looking glass here, guys. Yeah. It's the same dance.
Speak 4061 on YouTube says in the video, the black lady with the headscarf, and then he names her Mia Fry. He says she's actually the choreographer for the video and the dance, but you are suggesting that Mia Fry has been looking at Wigfield and been a little like fingered.
It's the same dance as Saturday Night.
Apart from being a brilliant record with the female vocals and the two disgraced ex-football manager politician fellas in there. Go, I guess, the Los Del Rio.
Who are just looking like they're having the best time, don't they?
Yeah.
They've put on their best suits.
They've put on their best
suits. They're going to their cousin's christening after this.
It's got a graduate sample in, hasn't it? I'm not trying to seduce you. That's from
there's a couple of samples in there.
Go on, what's the other one?
Whose laugh is it in the song?
At the beginning?
Yeah, whose laugh is that?
Don't know.
Because that laugh is a sample from another pop song. It's from the song Situation by Yazoo. So, yes, Alison Moyet is on the Macarena record.
Nice research.
Laugh. Yeah, I'm not trying to seduce you is the line from The Graduate, spoken by Anne Bancroft. But it's actually a sample of that. Yeah. Because that song is sampled in Too Funky by George Michael, and that's where they've got that sample from.
Okay.
You've seen The Graduate, right?
Many, many times.
Yeah, Anne Bancroft, Dustin Hoffman. She's like an older woman. She's like supposed to be his like mother's age that he has an affair with. Yeah. She is 6 years older than Dustin Hoffman.
Good old Hollywood.
There's also the A-A-A-O. That bit is from...
I'm going to play some Macarena while you're talking, James. I know you don't like it, but... Go on.
That's from The Farm, Higher and Higher.
Farm,
You know The Farm?
Scousers?
Yeah.
What, they're on this record?
Yeah. The A-A-A-O. That sample. It's from that. Yep. Anyway, have you ever heard the original of the Macarena?
Did a little major seventh at the end. No, I haven't. My apologies.
Okay. It's really long.
Yeah.
And it's not as dancey.
More Macarena.
And what you mustn't do is if someone requests it at a disco you're DJing at, accidentally play that version instead of the version that everyone knows.
You're speaking like a man from experience.
Because after 2 minutes, everyone goes, what the... It is the Macarena, but it's not? Yeah. What's going on? And you go, oh, God, I've put the wrong version on. Antonio Romero Monge and Rafael Ruiz Pedigonez, who are Los Del Rio, who are both in their 50s when this song is written.
What's an inspiration?
Their first album came out in 1967. They were touring Venezuela in 1992. They saw a flamenco dancer. Hey, remember we talked about Counting Crows in the bonus tracks?
I remember you making me listen to Counting Crows for sure, yeah.
There was a song about a flamenco dancer. Oh, yeah. This song's also about a flamenco dancer called Diana Patricia Cubillan Herrera. And they riffed a chorus about her, about give your body joy, your body is for giving joy and good things. It was all inspired by this flamenco dancer called Diana. Yeah. So this was a big #2 hit in the 90s, inspired by a woman called Diana. A year later, there'd be a big #1 single inspired by a woman called Diana.
How deep does this thing go?
I know, it's incredible, isn't it?
Are we saying Los Del Rio chased Diana through a tunnel?
Yeah.
Made her do the Macarena and the chauffeur? I mean, on YouTube, loads of people say this is a song at my wedding. That was all over Europe and South America, so it's got a wedding vibe. Yeah. There's no denying it.
Macarena, that has either come from the Spanish for Mother of God, or it's one of the 8 regions of their native Seville, where they're from, or it's in honour of Monge's daughter Esperanza Macarena, or it's all 3.
I like the whole premise of it, really. The woman called Macarena, her boyfriend is away fighting in the army from the lyrics, And then she's just having a great time with two old fellas. A little bit. Do you remember when we did Kelly Marie Feels Like I'm in Love?
Oh, yes.
Reminded me of that video a little bit. A woman finding, let's call it, some solace in two other blokes.
Yeah. So originally released in Spain in 1993, along with 2 house remixes by Fangoria, because they wanted to make it a club hit. A couple of years later, a radio station in Miami starts getting requests for Macarena, but due to their rules about non-English language songs, they can't play it because it's in Spanish. They're not a Spanish language station, so they have a rule that no, it has to be in English. So one of the DJs there sneaks it onto the playlist at like 1:30 in the morning. The boss finds out, likes the song, and says, "We can carry on playing this if you come up with an English language remix." So the DJ gets in touch with the Bayside Boys, who these two sort of producer types, who then create the version that we all know as the Macarena. They make a new backing track. They write all the verses that are sung in English by the female singer. Patti Alfaro is the name of the female singer on this.
And a great vocal on it, I have to say.
Fangoria said, hang on, that's very similar to our original dance remix. They take them to court, but European court throws out the case. Okay. It says, no, it's different.
I mean, you know, James, I've been working as a comedian at, let's call it Butlins Holiday Camp, for that is what it was, yeah? Mm-hmm. When they played Macarena at Butlins once, I saw people flinging their chairs aside, dropping whatever they were doing so they could get on the dance floor and do this silly song. It was a clarion call. It's amazing. You can't deny the power of it. If someone's going about the business and they hear a tune and they have to drop everything they're doing to do the dance, that's a success, isn't it? That's a win.
You cannot deny the power of the Macarena.
You can't deny that.
Any Macarena skeptics out there, I urge you, join our cult. We have 2 leaders. They are 2 elderly Spanish men in lovely business suits.
Now, I've done this comment before. This crops up periodically on YouTube, James.
Yep.
Sebastian Deanda, 2967, says, of this record, 0% bad words, 0% drugs, 0% racism. What does he claim it's 100% of?
I don't know.
The Macarena.
It is 100% Macarena. You can't get more Macarena than the Macarena, can you?
Do you know, James, again, when we did an old podcast, I suggested, didn't I, that maybe Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal should be our national anthem.
Yeah.
I'm changing my mind this week. There's a new contender in town.
That our national anthem in the UK should be a song that's half in Spanish.
Yeah.
Woke gone mad.
Are you satisfied now, Farage?
Daily Mail would kick off about that. This was such a phenomenon in the United States that in 1997, so the year after, Los Del Rio played the Super Bowl.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
What, the halftime show?
They weren't the whole halftime show, but they were on at the Super Bowl. They played the Miami Dolphins.
I mean, they're inspiring, these two fellas, you know, James. Yeah. I write songs, don't I? I sometimes think I'm too old to be a pop star. But look, all I need to do is make a really great record.
You need to find another guy of a similar age who will happily go along with all of your harebrained schemes.
Yeah.
Put on a couple of suits.
Yeah.
Next step, Super Bowl.
We could do that.
We could do it. We could totally write the new Macarena.
Let's write the new Macarena, James. All we need the name of someone.
Steve.
Okay. I mean,
no, I'm not much of a songwriter.
The way the syllables land, Steve. Steve. It's a lot harder than it looks.
How about Macarena in honour of the guy who picked this chart?
Matty Warwick. Let's do it. Thank you so much for giving us some money. We're trying our best and we're trying to be funny. But, you know, even in the shed and it's sunny. Ooh, hey, Matty Warwick.
Hey! What happened at Egbert Community College in Plymouth on the 7th of July 2011?
The world's biggest ever Macarena.
Is right!
Woo, woo, woo. Million pop points to me.
How many people do you think were involved?
1,700.
2,219.
Not bad guesses.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right.
For regular listeners, I just want to reassure you that Miss Piggy does sing this with 2 flamingos in the film Muppets Most Wanted.
Thank God. I knew something was missing from this podcast. I couldn't put my finger on it, but everything makes a kind of sense now. Hey, Macarena.
Number 3.
It's a new entry at number 3 this week. Straight in, it's Backstreet Boys with We Got It Going On.
Their debut single.
Yeah, was this their first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many UK top 10 hits do you think the Backstreet Boys had?
7.
16. That's loads, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, then. I'm going to come out early doors again, James. I got into this record.
Did you?
Yeah, I think it was great.
In a way that's slightly reminiscent of the Ant and Dec record that we talked about in part one, it has got that sort of playground taunt
Yeah.
melody. Nah, 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 like that, which
Yeah.
becomes a bit of a thing in some boy band songs.
For
doesn't it?
sure. Horse Lover Fat1984 on YouTube says, there is absolutely nothing like this. And I'm going to say, if you listen to M&H with I've Got a Little Something For You, it's a bit like that.
It is a bit like that. It's also...
Which came out a few years before that.
Yeah, and
M&H
even
song.
like Backstreet Boys did their song Backstreet's Back.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like this. And Five did a few songs that were a bit like
Yeah,
this.
it's got a style, hasn't it? Nothing wrong with that. We were often, if it's rock, we wouldn't be talking about it, would we? So, Horse Lover Fat1984, there is absolutely nothing that sounds like this. Now, what I like there is It's Metty 3549, a few comments down, says, this is a very white thing to say.
Well, written and produced by Swedish pop maestros Dennis Pop and Max Martin, along with Herbie Critchlow, a character from a Dickens novel. By the sounds of things. Some of the top pop songwriters around were put on the case to write this song. Do you want to get into the story of the Backstreet Boys?
Yeah.
Well, there's very much the Backstreet Boys themselves, the five guys who are in the group, fairly regular boy band members that they are, as much as boy band members can be
AJ,
regular.
Nick, Brian, Kevin and Howie.
That's right. Howie, who wrote and starred in a musical about his own life.
Did it?
Yep. AJ, who came 7th on the 29th series of Dancing with the Stars, behind Nelly, but ahead of Carol Baskin from Tiger King.
Okay.
Kevin Richardson, not to be confused with the Aston Villa midfielder, although he does have a moustache. His cousin...
Now, James, since you've mentioned the Muppets, if he's got a moustache, you know what he is.
Yeah.
You know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Say it.
A little bit of a bastard.
Thank you.
That's Andy's theory. His cousin, Brian Littrell, not Brian Little, the former Aston Villa midfielder, Brian Littrell, who had to have open heart surgery mid-tour in 1998 to fix a congenital hole in the heart.
Blimey.
And Nick Carter, who has been accused multiple times of sexual abuse. At time of recording, there are multiple legal procedures pending resolution, so we're not going to get into the specifics of that. So there are those guys, and then there's the guy who put them together.
Go on. Who he?
This is a guy called Lou Pearlman.
I've heard his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done other bands, I'm guessing.
Yeah, NSYNC.
Okay.
O-Town. Bunch of other acts.
Right.
Becomes a bit of a music impresario. The Backstreet Boys are very much his first group. Lou Pearlman's, by the way, his cousin is Art Garfunkel. Pearlman once ran an airship business in partnership with a World War II Luftwaffe pilot. He also claimed to own an airline, and then he was inspired by seeing New Kids on the Block, and he went, I got to have some of that boy band action. That looks like a way of making money. So he bankrolls the Backstreet Boys. He kind of puts them together. So most of them know each other anyway, but he sends them to vocal coaches, and he gets them choreographers, and he sends them off to Europe. They become big in Europe before they become big in America. They're massive in Germany for ages and everything. Then he starts putting NSYNC together as well, because he's like, there's going to be a rival to Backstreet Boys. I might as well control them as well. They'd sell millions of records, the Backstreet Boys, but when their share of the money came to them and was a disappointingly low amount, in 1998 they take Pearlman to court, as do NSYNC at the same time, and both those groups sort of buy out their contracts. There's a deal made. Turns out Pearlman never owned an airline. And he was, in fact, perpetuating what turned out to be the longest-running Ponzi scheme in American history.
You mentioned Ponzi scheme in part one, and I nodded along whilst not really knowing what one is.
In the UK, we call them a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
Yeah? A massive scam. You get investors in, and you use their money to pay off the old investors.
I see.
And you just have to keep going, because otherwise the whole thing falls apart.
I'll read about it in my timeshare flat I've just bought shares in.
Good. So he was using his musical groups as a way to get new investments, to pay off old investors that he owed millions of pounds to. Millions of pounds that he was spending on his own lavish lifestyle. In 2008, Pearlman was convicted and sentenced to 25 years in prison. He died in federal custody in 2016. There is a documentary on Netflix about him called Dirty Pop. It is 3 45-minute long episodes. I have watched all of it.
Is it good? Is it a recommended watch?
There are things in it where you go, what? He did what? There's a bit, as kind of proof that he owns an airline, he has a photograph of what appears to be a plane branded in his company on a runway.
Yeah.
In the documentary, they reveal what that photo actually is. It's someone holding a model plane up to the camera with the runway in the background, which, unless you look closely at it and you know that, you wouldn't realise.
Right.
And you go, this scam is ludicrous. It's so weird that the Backstreet Boys essentially become massive because they have to be, because Perlman is depending on them being successful so that he can continue his scam going.
Amazing.
But they get out relatively early, the Backstreet Boys themselves, and become their own thing. Lou Pearlman looks like a cross between The Big Lebowski and The Big Lebowski's butler, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Well,
it's such a weird story.
We do it every now and again, don't we, James? Especially, I'm going to say, with the boy band, girl bands, end of things, let's say, always being exploited by some arsehole.
Were they exploited, though? Well, kind of, yes.
Kind of.
Perlman would argue, well, they're huge stars now because of me.
As does Louis Walsh on that Boys Own documentary, saying they're all moaning, but, you know, they're all living in really big houses to talk about how miserable they are. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's certainly... There's a way you should treat people, isn't there? You know, so I don't get that I've made you loads of money. Just accept it, suck it up. You know. Yeah.
There's a story in the documentary that Howie says when he gets his first check after the Backstreet Boys are successful, the check is for like $10,000, and he's like, "I've never seen this much money before in my life." Because he's from humble beginnings, and then someone goes, "Yeah, do you know how much money we actually generate?" That's what leads to the court case to emancipate them from Perlman.
Always interesting. Shinola on YouTube says Backstreet Boys are the living proof I have no type because I had a crush on each and every one at some point.
Yeah, who's your favourite of the Backstreet Boys?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not overly familiar with Ahmad, so that I was looking at YouTube comments, as I think I've mentioned once or twice. It's pretty good. They had someone on YouTube came up with all different, you know, like the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
They all had personalities, except Ginger, which wasn't a personality. Yeah, it was just a hair colour.
Bone Thugs at Harmony, they had them as well. You know, Lazy Bone, Busy Bone.
So someone has made up, who was it? D-Shade, made up on YouTube. Let's call it alter egos. Who is the sex pest? Nick.
Yeah.
He's known as Mr. Hair.
Right.
So let's move off him. What did Brian do? Can you remember?
He was like the main singer.
According to D-Shade, he's known as Mr. Nice Voice.
Okay. These didn't catch on, these nicknames, did they? No.
AJ was Mr. Gangster. Kevin was Mr. Cool. And Harry was Mr. Small. Now, I've got in touch with the Roger Hargreaves estate. And there's going to be some new books out. Apparently, it's all going to be about the newer character of, let's pick one, let's call Mr. Hair. It's all about how he's shagging someone else's wife on the tour bus and taking loads of drugs. It's unusual for a Mr. Man character, I have to say.
I think I'd be annoyed if I was Howie and I was Mr. Small. Mr. Small? Like that bit in Reservoir Dogs. How come I have to be Mr. Small? Why does he get to be Mr. Cool?
Yeah. And then other people got into it. Nick was Mr. Babyface, Harry was Mr. Falsetto, AJ was Mr. Cutie, so it never really caught on. Reminded me a little bit, James, of the High Street Honeys in the Loaded magazine in the 90s. This notion of giving everybody a personality, kind of that very reductive for an artist, yeah?
And Mr. sounds very formal, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is one of the songs with self-reference. I referred to it, let's call it the beginning of part one. Backstreet Boys banging on about themselves.
We've got it going on for years.
Yeah, for years.
Doesn't make any sense, does it? We've had it going on for years. We've got it going on right now.
All right.
Also, you haven't had it going on for years. This is literally your debut single, mate. You might have it going on for years in the future, and it turns out you will.
All right, let's call them. They looked into the crystal ball of Backstreet Pop and they knew where they were heading. As we say, James, despite, let's call it the business stuff and the fact that they're, let's be honest, Backstreet Boys, not really for us in 1996, were they?
No.
But we both like it, yeah?
It's all right.
It's all right, and it's a good tune. Brandon Holmes, 8655, quotes Dave Lee Roth on YouTube. He says, there's two rules to music. If it sounds good, it is good. And rule number 2 is there are no other rules.
Number 2.
It's a new entry at number 2. It's Why by 3T featuring Michael Jackson.
I couldn't remember this song from the time, could you?
No, I vaguely remember 3T being the 3 nephews of Michael Jackson.
They are the Huey, Dewey and Louie.
Which is what the word nepotism means. It literally means nephew.
Oh, I remember you saying that earlier on.
Yep.
They are Tito Jackson's kids, aren't they, the 3 lads?
That's right, they are Tariano, Tyrell and Tito.
Yeah.
Hence 3T.
Now, I love this song this week. I thought it was... I didn't work out my guitar because, as I mentioned, I've been elsewhere.
Where have you been?
Glastonbury.
What? When you realise that it's the three lads and their uncle,
Yeah.
a lot of it does kind of sound like they want help with their geography homework.
Yeah.
Like, why do rivers flow to the sea? They're asking a lot of questions, aren't they?
Let's do the question.
As young people, I want to do.
Let's do it.
Are you going to ask me the questions and I'll give you the answers?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie
No, they all begin with T.
are asking you. Also, they get Scrooge McDuck along. Hey, Scrooge McDuck would be Joe Jackson in this case, wouldn't he?
That would be Michael Jackson is the uncle.
Scrooge McDuck is Donald Duck's father, is he?
No, he's his uncle.
Okay.
He's a bit like Donald Duck, isn't he, Michael Jackson, in that he liked to hang around with kids without his new trousers on.
All right, then let's go through the questions, James.
Go on,
Yeah,
then. Go
you
for
can
it.
answer them.
I'll do what I can.
All right then. So 3T are asking, why does Monday come before Tuesday?
Because if it was after, it would be Wednesday.
Why do summers start in June?
Because that's when the solstice is. But also...
Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Only in the northern hemisphere, 3T, with your northern hemisphere centric views.
Why do winters come too soon? I suppose we could relate that to the questions just asked, isn't it?
It doesn't. It starts the same day as every year, unless you move hemispheres. So if you went from north to south in sort of April, May time, then you'd have a really soon winter again. Similarly, if you went from south to north in sort of October time.
I'm just pointing out it's a beautiful melody while me and James are essentially doing this bit of bullshit. But nonetheless, why do people fall in love? Yeah, no, that's a good question, James.
Well, that's only the first half of the question.
When they're always breaking up?
Yes, because our inability to learn from our mistakes and a combination of loneliness and horniness.
Okay. Why do we love if love will die?
Evolution.
Why does Wednesday come after
I
Tuesday?
refer to the answer I gave some
Why
months
do
ago.
flowers come in May?
Because of the temperature and,
What?
and also only in the northern hemisphere.
Why does springtime go away?
Because then it would be spring all the time, and there are parts of the world where it is kind of spring all the time. So shut up.
All right, we've dismissed. Let's
God,
call
kids
it
are annoying, aren't they, with their questions?
bloody questions all the time. Why is the sky blue?
And I do think you're right. I think the tune, there's a lot to like about the tune and the melody of this song. I think some of the production choices,
Not to your taste.
not to my
let's
taste.
say.
Also, I think by this point, Michael Jackson's voice, he's becoming almost like when Cartman sings.
Go on.
Got that whole thing going on, and you go, stop doing that.
What, one of the greatest vocalists of all time you are calling bullshit on?
I'm just saying by this point in his career, there are certain songs where it's so affected.
Yeah. All right, fair
It doesn't sound, it's not for me. And also in the video, monochrome videos are not a good look for Michael Jackson at this point. He looks like one of the aliens from Cocoon.
enough. Yeah,
He's
fair
glowing.
enough. I mean, I like the fact that he turned up and did something with his nephews. You know, I mean, if it was me, he'd be having a game of FIFA with them. So, making a beautiful record like this is no bad thing.
There is that. Also, I want to give a shout out to the co-writer of the song,
Go on.
Kenneth Babyface Edmonds.
Okay. Babyface.
Yeah, 13-time Grammy winner. Shall I give you the name of some of the songs he's co-written and you can tell me the artist?
Please.
I'm Your Baby Tonight.
Whitney.
I'll Make Love to You.
Don't know.
Oh, sorry, I finished the quiz. I'm just threatening you. No, Boys to Men. Breathe Again.
Who dat?
Tony Braxton.
Oh, okay. My apologies, Miss Braxton.
Digging on You.
Go on.
TLC.
Yeah.
Every Little Step I Take.
Every little step back, Bobby Brown.
Yeah, also On Our Own from Ghostbusters 2.
Okay.
Roses Are Red.
Huh?
Roses Are Red.
Who dat?
The Mac Band.
Oh, man.
Take a Bow.
My babyface knowledge is...
No, I thought you'd get more of these.
Yeah.
Take a Bow.
Go on.
Madonna. We Belong Together.
Go on.
Mariah Carey.
Oh,
These are
fucking
big
hell.
tunes.
I know, I've messed up there.
Big tunes, Babyface. He came 11th on Series 23 of Dancing with the Stars, one place behind Vanilla Ice. But 3T, much more successful in the UK than they were in America. They have 4 top 10 hits in the UK in the 90s.
I don't remember these at all.
Well, there you go. This is 90s music.
Yeah.
It's not all park life and roll with it. This is what people were actually buying.
Always.
3T with Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Well, as we asked, Joe, I asked a lot of questions. You know, why do the rivers flow to the sea and why does Monday come before Tuesday and all this? DA1 King of Wakanda 56 on YouTube says, if they ask why, tell them that it's human nature.
The UK's number one.
At number 1 this week of the 22nd of August 1996, it's only Spice Girls with Wannabe. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I really, really want is something or other. Zigga Zigar, I suppose.
Zigga Zigar. There's, well, mystery number 1. What is a Zigga Zigar?
I don't know.
Zigga Zigar.
I don't know. I never looked into it because I always as I like to say, James, once a week, some things are good to be a mystery, but you'll spoil it for me. What is a Zigga Zigar?
I don't think I'm going to spoil it for you, actually.
Cigar?
Well, the rumour on the internet is that it actually means a shit and cigar. Because while they were recording it in the studio, listen to the whole thing before you get all judgy.
Yeah, that's a good point. I made that mistake with Macarena back in 96. All right, then.
Mel B apparently noticed there was like an industry bloke, music industry, who would take a cigar with him to the toilet. And they used to go, he's off for a shit and cigar. And then that becomes Zigga Zigar. However, that was in the Daily Star. They didn't say who the source was. It's likely that that was made up.
Yeah.
Very likely that was made up. Mel B says, Zigga Zigar, it's whatever you want it to be, yeah?
Well done, Mel B, allowing you to use your own poetic interpretation to enjoy the, let's call it the beauty of this banger.
Yeah, there is a toilet link to this song.
Go on.
Mel B says she wrote the rap in the middle of it while she was on the toilet.
Having a cigar, possibly.
I mean, the rap in the middle is not the best bit. Come on.
What do you think the best bit of this record is? It's got so many good bits, hasn't it?
Oh, the beginning.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
the tell you what you want bit.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Oh, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Spice Girls, obviously, they were all about this girl power and feminism and everything. And is there anything more feminine than saying, I'm going to tell you exactly what I want, and then going, Zigga Zigar?
Zero edits.
What? I still don't know.
I still don't know.
Just say what you want, woman.
Zero edit 786 says, fun fact, this song was written in just 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No?
Some of it was written quite quickly, yes.
I always think of that bit in the Ruttles. Do you know that bit when he goes on about the... whenever I would say it all the time. I'm going to do a little tribute to the Ruttles. This song was written in just 20 minutes. The next one took even longer.
Mel B said she wrote the rap in one trip to the loo.
Cool.
Don't know how long that took. Sometimes it can take 20 minutes. It depends what you've been eating. However, Richard Biff Stannard, who wrote the song with the Spice Girls and Matt Rowe, said, there were 7 of us sitting on the floor in this tiny room. Jerry was always concentrating on the theme, and all the others would chip in with melodies and lyrics. It was the madness in the room. There would be 2 or 3 things going on at once. We'd have 3 or 4 mics up, and we would record everything and pick the bits we liked. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense when you listen to the song. The song is like a collage of different bits stuck together.
Absolutely.
It's almost like ADHD, the record.
Why not? They caused such a stir, this record, didn't the Spice Girls? As I mentioned in part 1, I was doing television warm-ups around this time. I remember when Spice Girls first came out, they were appearing on Noel's house party or something, so they visited the BBC. I'm going to say the BBC building was electric. Spice Girls, Spice Girls. Everyone got very excited. Bearing in mind that I hadn't got any records out, so I like this notion about them. They were little disruptors, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. And a lot of the success of this song comes down to the cable TV channel The Box.
Oh, go on. Did you watch the video? Are we talking about the video?
Yeah, sort of. Well, people could request videos. It was like MTV, but that you could control.
Yeah.
And this just kept being on it. It was so requested over and over and over and over again until it sort of grew and grew and grew and became an absolute phenomenon.
It's a great video, isn't it? I didn't realise, but watching it this week, and again, loads of comments under YouTube, all in one cut, isn't it? It's a one sort of, whether it's been tampered with, I don't know, but it looks like it's just done in one shot.
It looks like one shot. But as is often the way with things that look like they're in one shot, there are some very clever edits.
Oh, well, we don't need to worry about that. Let's give him the credit for making it look like it's in one shot. I mean, in many ways, James, it's a little bit like Adolescence, the Netflix series. So I'm suggesting that Keir Starmer's going to make everyone watch it soon.
Yeah. What, the documentary, the Wannabe video? I mean, there's a bit at the beginning where they torment a homeless person. There's a bit where they sing inappropriate songs to some children, and then they go into a hotel.
Hat off a homeless person. The Baby Spice, right there, robbing homeless straight away.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I liked it. Religious leaders are in there, the police, kids, the elderly. The staircase featured in it was featured later in some Batman film, someone said. I don't know.
It's a bit early on, just when they first arrive in the hotel, where Mel B's going, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. And we're all going, is it the heating to be on? If you've watched the video, you know why.
There's a lot of comments about that. I'm not going there because, hey, I'm a good guy, yeah? You know, they all establish their personality. Victoria doesn't do any singing on this record, does she? But as we've mentioned in the past, she's definitely the best at pointing in the video.
She certainly is.
Yeah.
It spent 7 weeks at number 1 in the UK, sold 1.2 million copies, the biggest selling single by a female group in the UK, but not, it seems, worldwide, as they claim on the internet, because the Andrews sisters, Be Mir Bist Du Schön, sold 14 million.
Nice. It's all hooks, isn't it, this song? Everything that comes along is a hook. There were loads of Spice Girls jokes at the time, weren't there? Do you remember any off the top of your head?
Yeah, one of my first jokes was
Go on.
Spice Girls. I was doing like open mic nights when I was at university, and I wrote a joke which was, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. How come I can't meet a girl with such a liberal attitude? Something like that.
Yeah, right then. I've wrote some new Spice Girls jokes, James, for 2025.
Brilliant.
Do you want to hear them?
Yes, please, and thank you.
Why are Spice Girls songs like most British high streets these days?
I don't know.
Because anything posh has long gone. Wait till you hear the rest.
Can't wait for that.
I'm saying they're all chicken shops and vape shops on the high streets. I was in bed.
I like comedy that makes you think instead of laugh.
I've seen your act. I was in bed. I asked my wife, and I asked her to be more scary. So I haven't thought of a punchline. Let me just do.
She had a child with Eddie Murphy.
Nice work. All right then. I bought a new oversized mug from Mel C, but the handle fell off, so I'm getting a refund from Sporty Direct.
Oh, God.
How does Noddy Holder... You have to know the record by Slade. Come on, feel the noise to get this one. How does Noddy Holder call Emma Bunton for a tea?
Don't know.
Baby, baby, baby. All right then. And finally, what do I like to cut? Bearing in mind I've had posh, sporty, scary, and the other one.
Baby.
Yeah, all right then. Bearing in mind, James, this is a question. What do I like to cut up and shove down my foreskin for a tingling feeling of sexual satisfaction?
Is it Ginger? By any chance? They were such a phenomenon, and they were everywhere, and the nicknames became such a thing, and everyone was doing jokes about it. And
Old Spice you used to hear all the time.
Old Spice joke constantly.
I should have done what do I cut up and shove down my foreskin joke.
Yeah, that would
if only I'd been there at the time.
That would have been good. I had a massive Spice Girls poster.
Did you?
On my student room wall.
Partly out of irony.
Yeah, sure. got me through a lot of lonely winter nights. I'll tell you that much.
All right then.
It's the one where they're in their bikinis.
I mean, everyone knows this song, don't they? So our opinion, once again, dragging us back to the ultimate futility of this podcast. Our opinion is worthless because you know this record in your heart. They don't care what you think because, would you believe it, they were record-breaking, record-beating a behemoth.
They were everywhere. Yeah. They were massive, they were. You young people don't know what it was like.
You weren't there, man.
Which Academy Award-winning actor is named after a Spice Girl?
Ginger Rogers.
No. I mean, there were lots of rumours about how old Jerry actually was, but she's not so old that Ginger Rogers could have been named after her.
I don't know who.
Emma Stone, whose birth name is Emily Stone. She changed it to Emma in honour of Emma Bunton.
Cool.
And this song was also sung in 2009 by Ralph Wiggum on an episode of The Simpsons.
There they are. We've done the Muppets. I was thinking still something's missing, and we have tied it up. Thank you so much.
Matt Warwick,
predominantly, isn't it, for giving us a bit of money. Patreon. Hey, join our Patreon. Also, listen to... we've got loads of podcasts, haven't we, James, knocking about.
Loads there for you.
What this world needs now is one more podcast.
What has been your favourite song of this top 10?
My favourite song this week, despite did I mention I'd gone to Glastonbury and hadn't given it a proper listen? I suppose the one that knocked Macarena. I'm going to say it, James. Macarena will remain true to my heart forever. With big shout outs to Spice Girls and Pet Shop Boys and whoever else.
I'm looking down the list now. I'm very fond of Good Enough by Dodgy. Very fond of it. But I think you're right. I think it is the Macarena.
We are going to sing once more some Macarena. That's it, James. I mean, let's... while we're doing our final, let's keep the Macarena going, you know.
So thanks very much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed it.
We really thank you so much for listening. We appreciate everything you've done. Thank you to the Record by Public of 1996. Thank you to all the musicians who made these records, but mainly, thank you for listening.
Please tell your friends, share, subscribe, etc., etc. You know the drill. And until next time,
Hey, Shooby Dooby Doo Wop.
bop bop shoe up.